If you eat when you are hungry, you will repair and build muscle. If you restrain from eating when you're not hungry, you will fast. You will move fast and stimulate muscle, which will increase your appetite, which will allow you to repair and build. And then when you restrain, you'll move fast again. And this process over and over builds a muscular body that is peaceful and inspired. What we eat, when we eat it, and the amounts that we eat it can have very positive benefits on the amount of muscle that we can build and the usefulness of that muscle. Now, we'll start with fasting. Fasting is not eating when you're not hungry. People will often say, hey, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. Breakfast means to break the fast. And so you will break a fast when you start eating. And so the fasting is the period of time without eating. Breakfast, the breaking the fast, is the time that you start eating. However, if you are not hungry and eating that first meal of the day, you're not breaking the fast in a healthy way. You are feasting. You're starting to eat when you're not actually hungry. Now, that can be positive because it does repair and build muscle. However, when we're fast, we are capable of stimulating muscle growth. So what do I mean by that? You're going to wake up in the morning and you're going to check in with your body. And if you are hungry, you should eat what you're hungry for and how much you're hungry for it. That is feeding. That is going to repair and build muscle as well. But if you wake up in the morning and you are not hungry and you can restrain yourself from eating, you're going to move fast at the gym that morning. And when you move fast, your brain fires more musculature. It pushes to a new level. And when it fires more musculature and pushes to a new level, it stimulates the growth of more muscle. And after that stimulation, the signals from all of those muscles later that day, the next afternoon, the afternoon after that, it will stimulate an increase in your appetite, which means you fasted, you didn't eat when you were not hungry. That allowed you to move fast and stimulate musculature. Now you're hungry, and when you eat, you're feeding to repair and build muscle. However, if you wake up in the morning and you are not hungry, but you choose to eat, you're breaking the fast in a way that creates feasting. And feasting will make you slower and lazier. Evolutionarily, you had some extra oomph to go a little farther on a hunt, to gather a little bit more food to bring back to camp. And so having that slightly leaner, less food in the gut would stimulate you and inspire you and motivate you to go do a little bit more. That inspiration allowed you to push to a new level. Then you ate once you had gathered. You ate once you were successfully hunted. Once you had successfully hunted, you felt peaceful. But feasting makes you slow and lazy. If you wake up and eat breakfast without being hungry, you're going to be a little lethargic on your way to the gym that morning. You're going to be a little less likely to push to that next level that morning. You'll move a little slower because you don't have that edge. You don't have that drive. And so a full belly reduces your drive. A slightly emptier belly inspires you and gives you that edge to push yourself. So when you wake up in the morning and you're not hungry, but you eat, you will potentially build and repair muscle. But ultimately, in the long run, it's going to make you slower and lazier. And so when you're slow and lazy, you're not going to stimulate. You're not going to challenge yourself to break to new levels. Your strength levels will drop a little bit. And you will not feel as fast. However, if you wake up in the morning and you are hungry, but you want that edge that fasting gives you, you want that edge, that slight appetite, or that you want that edge that slightly less food in the belly gives you, but you're already hungry and you restrain yourself from eating, you're teaching your body it's famine time. And famine makes you weak and reactive. And so if you are hungry in the morning and you don't allow yourself to eat, you're going to feel weak in the gym. You might get a little lightheaded. You might just not be able to lift the weights as well. You might feel, ooh, this weight feels a little heavier than normal. You're putting your body into a famine by ignoring your appetite. And so in doing so, we can actually waste away our muscle, because the fact that we're challenging the body but haven't fueled it yet stimulates your body to start to break down the protein stores. It reduces your muscle mass. It reduces the density of the cartilage that cushion your joints. It reduces the tendon density so that your tendons get weaker and your ligaments get weaker. Long term, your body could even start to weaken your bones, leading to osteopenia and osteoporosis, because you were hungry, you didn't allow yourself to eat, you put your body into a slight famine, and then you challenged yourself. Wrong way to go. We're not looking for feast or famine, we're looking for feeding and fasting. And so to conclude, if you eat when you are hungry, you will repair and build muscle. If you restrain from eating when you're not hungry, you will fast. You will move fast and stimulate muscle, which will increase your appetite, which will allow you to repair and build. And then when you restrain, you'll move fast again. And this process over and over builds a muscular body that is peaceful and inspired. But if we end up eating when we're not hungry, or avoiding what we're hungry for and overly challenging ourselves, we're going to become slow, weak, reactive, and lazy as we potentially build muscle and potentially waste it away.